All right, guys, welcome to podcast episode number 1. And our special guest today is Erik.
Yeah, man, y'all know what it is, man. This is Erik out of LA, another PSA brought to you by Public Statement Apparel. Y'all know who I am, man. The black entrepreneur, the activist, the revolutionary. The Sage Man. Y'all know who I am.
Mr. Sage, man. But yeah, bro, I met Erik, I think, early July of last year. He was outside MDC, and that's where we ran our first interview together. And ever since then, I've realized that he is a prolific figure in the activist community. But can you tell us, Erik, how did you get started in activism, and what is your story? Like, how did you start and why?
Man, so that's a really great question and a really good story. So let's start from the top, shall we?
Okay.
Back in we'll start at 2019, 2018, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I had nothing to do with activism. I was minding my own business, just trying to build my life and get familiar with Los Angeles, refamiliarize with Los Angeles. I was born here. However, I moved out to Florida when I was 7. My mom left California because of the gangs and because my grandmother needed somebody to watch over her as her husband has passed away. So my grandfather. So did that whole thing, ended up growing up out in Florida, Orlando, Central Florida, and then ended up doing a little bit of time. And after my release, I went ahead and 2 days later, I landed back in LA, and I wasn't out here since I was 7. So, and I came back when I was 29.
Okay.
So that's 22 years of being in Florida. So I was basically a Floridian.
Wait. So you got locked up in Florida?
Yeah, I did my time in Florida. Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask what were you locked up for?
Oh man, it's my past, and I choose to leave my past in my past. After I was released, I let everything go. So I don't really discuss my past. It's a very terrible past.
Okay, we don't got to go there.
Yeah, but it was a lot, and I did a good piece of time behind it, and yeah, man, I came out to LA 2 days later after fresh out of prison and figured myself out. I started with working with the DARE program 2 weeks out of prison,
Okay.
which is absolutely ridiculous. But
don't do drugs, kids.
yeah, man, the DARE program in and of itself is oppressive, but we'll not get into that today. But I ended up making some money with it, and that's how I got my start, fresh out of the chain gang, and then went into selling shoes. Now, when I was selling shoes, I wasn't making the money that I felt like I deserved. And so
Jordans and stuff?
Yeah, I worked at Chic Shoes.
Oh, okay.
I was assistant manager there, and I was working a lot of hours and a lot of time, no time with family, no work-life balance. And so I got very, very depressed and very, very frustrated, as anybody would. And so I ended up getting one of those bird scooters, and I was right there on Venice, and decided to take the scooter over to Santa Monica Pier. I wanted to take me a nice little scooter ride and kind of release everything. And as I made it to the Santa Monica Pier, I saw a bunch of people fishing. And I was like, wow, everybody's fishing, hanging out. I was like, I used to fish when I was a kid in Florida. You know, I haven't done that in a really long time. So I went to, old sporting goods store, picked up a fishing pole and went back out there a few days later, took that same scooter, not the same scooter, but I took a scooter down there to Santa Monica Pier, and I started fishing. And we were catching fish, and I was hanging out, I was having a good time, but all of a sudden a sea lion popped up. And the sea lion was taking all of the fish off of the hook. I'm talking about, these things are so smart. They're the dogs of the ocean. And so what I ended up doing was every time I go to grab the pole, the sea lion would dive down, go take the fish off the hook. And so I would never be able to catch fish. So I thought I was smarter than the sea lion. I'm definitely smarter than the sea lion. I'm going to beat you thinking. And so what I ended up doing was, behind me there was a bait shop, and I went ahead and bought a $5 pound of frozen anchovies. And every time that I would watch my pole dip, I would grab one of those frozen anchovies, throw it, he would watch it, go get it, and then come back. But while he was coming back and going to get the fish, I would go and catch my fish.
Okay.
And so that whole thing was happening.
So you're like distracting it?
Yeah, exactly. Like distracting it. And so anybody else that's not fishing isn't understanding what I'm doing. What they're seeing from behind on the pier is a guy playing fetch with a sea lion, right? And he's doing the whole thing. He's doing the whole jumping thing and everything. And so what ended up happening was people started like taking pictures and started like asking me questions. And I'm just trying to fish. Like I'm literally just trying to fish and enjoy myself.
Okay.
And so one guy walked up on me and he was like, hey, bro, let me give you $1 for one of those fish so I can take a picture with my kid feeding the sea lion. And so I was like, yeah, no big deal. So I gave it to him.
$1 make it holla.
Yeah, just $1. You know, I wasn't tripping. Okay. There's like 30, 40 fish in this bag. That cost me $5. So I didn't mind giving him one for $1. $4 for the bag. Okay, cool. I'm not tripping. Anyway.
Good ROI.
Yeah. And so as the day went on, people continuously kept asking me for a fish so they can feed the sea lion. That day, I left the pier with $400.
Dang, bruh. Off of anchovies?
Yeah, off of frozen anchovies. I left with $400 in all ones. It was ridiculous. I ended up selling out the bait shop of frozen anchovies. And so I went back the next day and I was like, that was cool. Let me see if the sea lion's there, because I was enjoying the time with the sea lion. I love animals. And so sure enough, here he comes at 11 o'clock. And so I'm like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. So we did the whole thing again. I made another $400 or $500.
Nice.
And I went the next day and it happened again. And so I started doing a little research, not realizing what I was doing. Just like a dog in your neighborhood, if you had a dog in your neighborhood, a stray, and you were putting food out your front door at 11 o'clock every single day, that dog's gonna realize that and come back at 11 o'clock every single day for the necessity of eating. And so that's exactly what I was doing with the sea lion without even realizing it. And that's why he kept coming back at the same time every day, because it was easy food for him.
Okay, everybody eats.
Yeah, everybody got to eat. So I was making money, the sea lion was fed, and the people were happy. It was a win all the way around the board. How often you just paid $10 to go to the Santa Monica Pier to go look at the roller coaster and whatever foolishness is going on the pier. As you walk to the end of the pier, you see this black dude throwing fish, feeding a wild sea lion, throwing it wherever he wants to, having him bark on command, and you got your girl with you or a lady friend with you. And I look at you and say, hey man, you ain't gonna take a picture with your lady feeding the sea lion?
We gotta do that,
You
bro.
gonna do that for the $1? You ain't gonna do that for the $1.
That's actually a good deal, though.
Yeah, and so exactly.
And it's like authentic.
And it worked out. And it worked out. So I started pitching people, and I did it for over a year and a half. I ended up making like $70,000, $80,000. I quit my job.
No cap, bro?
No cap. I'm in people's family photos, their vacation photos, all kinds of stuff. I was the Black Aquaman at the time. I seen everything out there.
That's a whole career, bro.
It was.
Okay.
It was. Now, unfortunately, the sea lions are federally protected, and so what I had to watch out for was wildlife and gaming enforcement.
Like Coast Guard type shit?
No. They were like they deal with strictly like wildlife and gaming, making sure that you have the proper fish, that you're taking the proper fish out of the ocean, that you're not killing them or doing weird stuff, abusing animals and stuff like that. And so they can lock you up.
Do they ever come around you?
Absolutely.
They give you shit?
Absolutely. They kicked me off the pier a few times, and the next day I go right back.
Okay.
It got bad. Like it was a cat and mouse game, but I was making money doing that. And I know you guys are asking at home, like, okay, well, why did you stop doing that? COVID happened. Now, when COVID happened, right behind it, if you remember, 2020, George Floyd happened.
Yo.
And so I was sitting at home watching everything happen, and I'm like, this shit is crazy. And mind you, I just got out of prison like 2-3 years ago, so I'm getting good. I already met my what would be my wife now currently, and we were just watching things and just getting deep into the culture. And I'm watching the George Floyd and the Breonna Taylor happen right behind that, and so on and so forth. Things were happening in L.A. Dejan Kizzy and Andres Guardado and all kinds of people were dying for no reason.
Yeah, it was tense.
Yeah, it was very tense. And so I went to my very first protest for the George Floyd protests out there in Hollywood. There was over 100,000 people out there marching. And we marched for I marched personally for like 8 miles. As a matter of fact, if you look back on the George Floyd protest, that actual report from the LA Times, I'm the big center page photo of me standing with my mask in front of a wall that has a bunch of names that were killed by police. It was a mural, and so that I was the representation for Los Angeles protesting George Floyd, and that was really crazy. And at that time, I had a shirt that I created. It was just a black shirt that I went and got from Slauson and had it made at Slauson. It said 400 years, still can't breathe. And so this is long before Public Statement Apparel. It was the idea of it coming, but out of necessity of me not being able to go to that pier to go mess with that sea lion, my wife ended up losing her job, but we had a little bit of severance, and we were living off that. But we needed to make money, and COVID was happening, and so I know we're watching from all over the world, but in Los Angeles, anything that happens, I don't care if the Dodgers win, the Lakers win, Kobe just passed away, Nipsey Hussle just passed away, somebody's on the corner within 6 hours selling shirts. Somebody is. You can believe that. And so when George Floyd happened and Black Lives Matter was going on and everything was happening, shout out to Black Lives Matter Grassroots.
Shout out. Grassroots.
When that was all going down, there was nobody selling Black Lives Matter shirts on the corner. There's 100,000 people out there. There's no vendors. There was nobody selling rest in peace George Floyd or Breonna Taylor. Nobody.
They were just out.
No, it didn't exist.
Was it like the first day in or the first week?
This is like probably like 3-4 weeks in, and people, there's no.
Dang.
Yeah, exactly. So it didn't make sense to me, but at the same time, my light went off in my head. Oh shit! If there's no Black Lives Matter shirts out here, and there's all these people that are willing to support Black. It was majority everybody else other than Black people that were out there marching. White, Asian, Hispanic, everybody from every culture outweighed Black people in Los Angeles by far. There was everybody else saying Black Lives Matter, which is greatly appreciated. And so all these people wanted to get a shirt, I'm sure, to commemorate the time in history that they lived through. We have a pandemic going on, and police are killing Black people everywhere.
It was a crazy time, man.
It was a very crazy time. And so there was a need for it. And so I was like, oh, I got an idea. Let me get a couple dollars out of that severance and let me create a couple designs and let me sell them at these protests. Because at this point, I'm going to protest every single day. I'm hearing mothers crying about their dead children being killed by police on a daily basis.
Right.
And I'm talking about for 6 to 8 hours a day. I'm in protests from San Francisco to San Diego. I'm moving.
Oh, you went up?
Yeah, I'm moving. And so I'm going to all these protests, and I'm starting to. All I had at the time when I first started was 2 rolling suitcases and 2 t-shirt designs. I had 100 t-shirts, and that ended up snowballing into what PSA is today. And so
Public Statement Apparel.
And so I came up with the brand name on the couch, and I haven't stopped since then. And so since 2020, George Floyd, I like to say I've never gone home. Everybody else went home and back to work. I never went home. I'm still protesting. I'm the only guy. I remember at the time when we were at City Hall in Los Angeles, there was tents along the sidewalks of Black Lives Matter, Breonna Taylor, this shirt, that shirt, people selling them off the side of their BMWs. And everybody used to look at me, and I was like, why y'all not buying my shirt though? I'm gonna be here. The rest of these people, they're catching a trend. Y'all remember that? You remember the trend when they used to black out the screen on their Instagram? Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everybody forgot about that.
Profile picture.
It was a trend. Black lives at the time was a trend. Think about that.
It was pretty much the headlines.
That's it. That was the only thing in the news. Anytime a cop killed somebody, I don't care if it was they justified it or if they didn't. People were all over the trend. They was getting followers behind it. It birthed a couple activists, including myself, behind it. But I wasn't following the trend. I found my purpose.
Right.
I found my reason of why. I came from the chain gang. Like, I understand slavery for real. I did my time in the South.
Okay.
And so I was with the crackers for real, where they used to spit on Black folks.
You think it's more racist over there?
Absolutely, 100%. the gangs is not. It's more so us versus the shit eaters, the police. That it wasn't about gangs or race or anything like that. It was us versus them.
Okay.
And so there was a cat and mouse game. Their job was to ride, our job was to hide. And so I seen the abuses of hearing grown men squealing like pigs because the police done got to them. I've never heard a man scream. I still dream about it to this day. Like, I'm traumatized behind the time that I did in Florida. I did 6 years and 9 months.
What was the hardest part about being locked up in Florida? 6 years is a while too.
Yeah, it's a long time. It's over 5. I can currently get a PTSD check, like a mental check behind it, just because of the amount of time I did. And I did it day for day. Like, that wasn't split in any type of time. I got in trouble once. I did all my time once.
Dang. So you went from pretty much prisoner to
Los Angeles
to standing up for like the rights of the people.
Yeah, I understood very clearly. Like, I know what it's like to have your rights taken away from you. I understand that very clearly, when you're nothing but a number and all of your property is within a metal footlocker about 3 by 2 feet.
Okay, so BLM, it looks like BLM was like the start of like this evolution. Aside from like the hustler mode on the pier.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this. Random, but I just recently heard or I saw on social media that the dude that killed George Floyd was like shanked like 20 times.
Yeah, 22 times, man. Yep, that happened.
So after the BLM movement, it's been 6 years, you know, going on 6 years.
Yeah.
Would you say that movement made an impact on America and like the people's attitudes, or would you say like it was just an outrage of what was happening then?
I think BLM is still active and moving in the streets. Very active. I was just with them a couple of days ago.
Cool.
But yeah, even though they've lost their support that was happening everywhere, they're still very active in the street and they're still very impactful today. Let's look at the Sonia Massey case.
What is that?
The cop went in there he went into her house. She had the water. She said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," and he shot her.
What was the cause for entering?
Something happened. I don't remember the case exactly, but this was happened like 2 years ago. And it was a big situation where it was all over social media and everything with the police footage. All she said, she had water in her hand. She says, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." She told the cop, and the cop pulled his gun and shot her. Killed her. Shot her in the head. And so he went to jail immediately. They locked him up immediately. Mm-hmm. That wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for what happened with George Floyd and the protests and everything else. People are starting to see like there will be an uprising if if justice is not found. Mm-hmm. And so that impact that happened in 2020, I strongly believe the reason why cops are getting prosecuted today, the few that are being prosecuted, that's the reason why, is because of the uprisings of 2020.
Okay, so added some weight to it.
Absolutely.
That was historic, bro. That was fucking crazy.
It was a crazy time, and it created a crazy awakening of a lot of people, including myself, where I'm tied to the movement. Like, this is my calling. This is my job. This is what I do. I'm a professional protester. I don't just follow BLM. I deal with the Free Palestine movement. I've dealt with the indigenous groups. I've dealt with
standing up against ICE.
I've dealt with brown and black unity. I've dealt with anything to deal with oppressive people, Congo and Sudan. I've been at all the protests. Venezuela.
Oh, you were at Pershing Square?
Yeah, I was at Pershing Square in the rain with sage buckets still burning.
Oh shit!
Still burning in the rain.
Dude, I didn't make it. Honestly, water is my weakness.
Yeah,
bro.
there were a lot of people out there. It was kind of crazy to see a lot of people out there in the pouring rain, with their umbrellas, and they was out there, and we didn't even march that day. That's what's crazy. They didn't even march. They just sat there and rallied up in the rain. We just sat there soaking wet in the rain, and let our voices be heard, and they got a lot of support, not just from the people that came out, but from also passerbyers. They were coming out, or they were honking their horn as they were driving by.
Mm-hmm. After, you know, after we did our first interview when we first met,
right?
I remember posting that video, and the comments were flooded like, "Oh, I see him everywhere. He's always there. He's always protecting the people."
Yeah.
So what made you want to step up and like be a figure in the activist community?
I'll tell you, I have the exact moment. I remember when you might remember on the news when you were seeing a lot of protesters getting hit by cars or shot at, and you remember that?
For which one? For the
exactly. If you have to say which one, exactly my point. Yeah, there was a lot of at the time during 2020 protests. There was a lot of people protesting at nighttime, daytime. It was all around the clock. People were protesting because again, COVID was happening, so everybody was at home anyway. Right. Nobody was going to work. Everybody was at home.
That was actually the first protest I attended. It was the BLM riot, bro. Or like it was like. There was just hella fucking LAPD with rubber bullets, and that was the first time I seen that.
Yeah.
But no, how did you go from like just being like a figure in your community for Black Lives Matter to like in general?
So when I was watching I would be at home keeping track of the protest because I just came from out there, and all of a sudden I would see a car plow through the protest, and I'm talking about hit people and everything, carry the people with them, they be hurt, broke legs, all kinds of stuff. And I was like, wow, why isn't nobody doing anything about that? Like, you can stop a car very easily instead of putting your body in front of it or your bike in front of it and risking your life. Like, all you got to do is have a small pocket knife on you. Like, they have tires. They can be slashed. That will stop the car. You don't got to jump on the car, break the windows. That will not stop the car. Pop the tire. It's just that simple. And so I said, instead of me just talking about it, since I'm out there, let me live it. And so I would end up stopping cars. The cars would have a problem, and they want to drive through, especially up in the Wilshire area, and the people that feel like they're privileged. I deal with them. I deal with them, and they end up with a slashed tire. Especially if they hit somebody, they end up in handcuffs and go to jail because the police are watching us. But they would see that happen, and I would stop the car and.
So they would side with you after they see what's happening?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're defending.
I'm just defending the people that are practicing their constitutional right to protest.
It's legal and self-defense,
it's
guys.
Simple. It's simple. I'm not hurting anybody. People look at it and they think that it's violent because they see me with a knife. But at the end of the day, what am I doing? Popping a tire, a $30 tire that can get fixed. I don't have to do thousands of dollars worth of damage to their car. I could just pop their tire.
Okay.
And so that's what got me to protecting the crowd and watching for the crowd. Especially with my past history of being in prison, I had to be on guard 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and that's including leap year. It's 366. So that means at all times, whether I'm in the shower, on the shitter, sleeping, eating, whatever I'm doing, I had to know what was going on around me all that time, everything that was going on around me. And so with that being said, that skill is very useful in prison. I mean, I'm sorry, in protest.
Got to be vigilant.
And so
high alert.
Yeah, I'm able to watch and see what photographer is doing what. Why are you filming? I'm able to watch people at protests try to infiltrate and cause trouble. I'm able to see somebody getting ready to pass out because they didn't drink enough water. I'm able to see problems within the protest, fights amongst one another, arguments. I'm able to see people trying to fight the police or the police trying to fight at us. I'm able to see all that stuff and be able to guide the people, because my most important thing for me, when you go to a protest, you're not expecting to go to jail unless this is a go to jail action. You're usually expecting to go home to your family. And so my job when I'm out there is to protect the crowd and make sure that everybody gets home safely.
Okay.
So we can do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Because if I lose you to the hospital or to jail or because you're afraid to come out, well, that's one less for the movement, right?
And honestly, bro, I can't vouch for you. Like, this dude, he really out there protecting people. Yeah. I remember, I forget when, but it was like a march for Palestine on Santa Monica Pier.
Yep.
And
we have footage of that. Just go ahead and check In the Streets LA Instagram, and you can look back at past posts because he has footage of that one.
There was some instigators. There was some Israeli instigators, and a fight broke out. But this dude, he was right in the thick of it, and he was like, "Hey, And yeah, we'll just put up the footage. But
Yeah, it's not a matter of me being the peace police or anything like that. My job is just to make sure that the protest is safe. If the protest is trying to go at the police, I'm with the shits. I'm the first one with the shits.
Your presence is appreciated. It's clear to see, the community sees it, and you're a figurehead. And I want to ask you, bro.
Sure.
I mean, that one comes to mind immediately, but what is the craziest thing you've stopped or seen, or like, or even just like witnessed?
The craziest thing I've ever seen.
At these actions.
I mean, allegedly I've beaten people up, choked people out, broken people's arms because they've had issues with the protest. But that's allegedly. Allegedly.
I didn't see nothing.
However, slash a van full of police a van full of police. I slashed their van tires because they were trying to run. They did one of those looking like they were about to run over a biker that was with the protest, and he was just trying to stop them so the protest can go by. But it was a van full of police. I had no idea, and allegedly I popped the tire, and they had to go up the street and figure out how they were gonna come at us.
What was it? Was it BLM or anti-ICE?
That was back in 2020, so allegedly it was one of those protests. Allegedly. But the craziest thing I've ever seen was in Compton. Or was it Paramount? It was dealing with ICE. Was it Paramount? What was it?
It was like the early ICE.
It was in the early ICE. They went up out there. They had a scrimmage line between the ICE. That was when National Guard and everybody was here too. With ICE, and it was a war. It was a real war. We were hiding behind tractors and throwing fireworks, and they were throwing smoke bombs, and people were getting hit with rubber bullets. And the crazy thing I saw was a journalist. It was an older white dude. He was about in his 60s, 65.
Okay, OG.
Yeah, and so he was trying to take a picture of the police and what was going on. He was clearly a journalist with a camera.
Right.
And so all I heard was a bang of it sounded like a shotgun, but I knew it was a rubber bullet. And I saw Buddy go down. And then he got up, and then he started like limping towards the shopping center. And so when I ran over to him to see what was going on, he says they shot me in my leg, and he had jeans on like me. And so when they shot him, I actually have the bullet at my house too.
For real.
When they shot him, with rubber bullets, they come in metal casings, right? And this is big, like 8 diameter casing like this.
Okay.
And then inside of it is a plastic piece, and that plastic piece is what holds that rubber bullet, right? And it's a blue bullet about this big. Okay. Right, it's foam, hard foam. And so when they shot him at a close range, they may have been 10 feet apart, and they shot him directly in the leg. The plastic piece broke away from the metal casing. And next time I see you, you remind me, I'll bring the bullet to you so you can see and understand what I'm telling you. Okay. So it's this big metal heavy casing that just got shot out of a gun, right? And it's going at a very high rate of speed. And so the foam bullet fell away, and then the metal casing kept coming at him. So when it hit him, it's a hollow, very sharp edged metal casing. And it hit him dead in the leg. So, and he had jeans on, right? And so when he was like, it's on my leg, like it hurt, my leg hurts. And so I pulled up his leg, or I pulled up his pants, and what I saw was a hole. His leg was split about 6 inches, and I could see his quad. That's how deep it went. I could see his quad. And his muscles moving around. And there was no blood. That's how clean it was of a cut. And so he tried to get up. He passed out. I grabbed him, carried him, made a hole for him, and I ended up trying to wrap the wound, and we got him into a car. Mind you, we're still getting shot at by the police with tear gas, rubber bullets, everything, all at the same time.
This was in Paramount?
Yeah, Paramount.
Dang.
And so if anybody was at Paramount and they were there, they know me, they remember exactly what happened. And so I got him into a car. We got a car. I walked the car through the people and got him to a hospital. I've never seen him again. And so that was one of the craziest things that I've seen, like bad injury.
I'm sure he remembers you, bro.
Maybe, I don't know. I've seen people get shot with rubber bullets in the testicles and lose a testicle.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he made some money though. He sued the city.
Oh,
Sure
I mean,
did.
he's on disability now, bro.
Yeah, he lost a nut for the movement.
Dude.
Shout out to the homie.
Yo.
So yeah, man, I've seen some pretty crazy stuff, man. I've watched news reporters get shot in the legs while they're reporting the news by rubber bullets by the police. I've seen a lot. So, and the police tactics never surprise me. Like, I'm pretty well versed in what they're about to do before they do it. And that's what has led to me never going to jail and never getting shot by nothing or sprayed by nothing or confronted by the police. I'm like a ninja. I move very silently. I don't let people follow me. I don't need you following me. I'm doing work. I'm not filming, so you don't you look on my Instagram, you don't see filming of protests or none of that, because I'm working. And me working for free for the people is appreciated by the people, and the way they support me is by buying my shirt when we get back from the protest, or they see my shirts or whatever it is.
Buy
say,
now.
hey, man, we're gonna go ahead and hit that, or publicstatementapparel.com. You people can always go support me, and yes. So that's what they end up usually doing, picking up one of these hoodies or T-shirts or whatever it is, and that's how I'm able to do it every day. Is, we all got to live. We live in a capitalistic society, and I do not believe in suffering in a capitalist society. I believe that we should thrive in it as people, activists in the movement. That way we can change things, because everybody wants to get out of it, but nobody has an answer and nobody has a seat at the table. And I do believe strongly that in order to have a seat at the table, you have to have some capital. You have to have some cash behind you. So we should be championing people that are within the movement, getting them those dollars so they can go ahead and make something happen within our society, make some changes.
Agreed. Honestly, it would probably help a lot.
Yeah.
The second thing I wanted to ask you, bro, before we close out.
Sure.
I'm a lot of people watching. I'm assuming that they're the people that care about these things, that they're taking part in these actions, and they want change. And essentially, bro, what I want to ask is, like, what changes do you want to see, and like, what do you think we're doing right? What do you think needs to come about for the change to happen?
I mean, for me, I have a lot of things that I want to see changed, and I firmly believe that this system that we live in today, that we call the United States of America, is broken. It's not even fractured. It's broken.
Why?
It was built on racism, slavery, and you can't, no matter what you think you see as the illusion that is America in 2026, you can't get edible fruit out of shit. Like, it was born. America was born in shit. They thought I was 3/5 of a human being, and they treated me as such for 400 years, building a country off of my ancestors' backs.
Like, how are we gonna sweep that under the rug, guys?
Don't you know that in 2015 they just finished out paying reparations to white people about slavery?
They paid reparations?
Yeah, to white people because they lost their income, because slaves were their income. Don't you know they stopped?
What the fuck?
Don't you know they stopped paying reparations in 2015? That's 11 years ago, bro.
That doesn't even make sense.
But they won't give black people reparations for the harms and cruelty that they went through.
Yeah. That's like that was the most affected people.
That's the reality. And they're paying reparations to white people since up to 2015, man. This is truth. Google it.
Come on, guys.
This is what it is. So these are the things that I'm fighting against, man. I just want to see people be able to live in peace and harmony and sovereignty, and be able to live their lives and not have to worry about how they're going to eat, how they're going to pay their bills? How are they gonna live? Like, people live on different structures and different levels, but I definitely feel like everybody should get a fair shake at the dice. There's no reason why we should have a trillionaire in America and there's people going hungry.
Right, guys.
There's no reason why. So with that being said, you know, there's so many things that I want to see change. There's a whole system that I want to see uprooted and shaken up and put to rest, and something new come out of it. And in order, I'm a very clear understanding that during the destruction of something, you have to be able to build it back or have something better waiting in the wings. And so it's not just about tearing down the system, but what's next after that. And that's what I'm thinking about. So every time when I'm out there protesting, yeah, it's about the issue, but I'm thinking about what's next, what's to come.
Like what the negative things to come or the positive?
Both.
Okay.
Both. Yeah. What's to come directly after this action because we just pissing people off, or what is our end goal? Where are we trying to get to? And so that's what I'm always thinking about. I'm always in the foresight of thinking about what's to come next, man, and how am I gonna deal with it? Because dealing with protests on a regular basis is traumatic. Like, everybody can't do this.
No.
The streets are not made for everybody. That's why they made sidewalks. So it's
nice.
It's something that I firmly believe, man. Like, I know that I'm out here. I know I can only take but so much.
Right.
So I need my time to recharge. That's why you see me in Venice burning sage and hanging out and trying to relax away from the protest, away from everybody, because I need time to recharge, because I deal with so much traumatic incidences, watching people lose everything. Especially during the Free Palestine movement, I was watching people lose their whole families, whole names, gone. What's your last name?
Trent,
gone. Could you imagine that? All the trans is gone. All of them. I watched that happen with Free Palestine, with the Free Palestine movement. I was watching children blown to bits. And I'm not talking about like the video of them going boom. I'm talking about the aftermath of them in pieces, and the parents are like gathering afoot, and yeah, I'm watching that like live, uncensored. Everything was going. Yeah, it was crazy.
this shit's tough, man.
It was pretty insane. Some of it's on my Instagram, man. Y'all check it out. Public Statement Apparel, man.
You know, yeah. Oh my god, it trips me out, bro, because I've recently gone down some rabbit holes, and it seems like our country has been supporting this before we were here, before we were born.
Man, it's been going down a long time, man. It'll go down after we're gone. My job is just to push us forward as best as we possibly can. And I want to leave as many good deeds on this planet as I possibly can, especially after my previous life of incarceration, man. Like, I did a lot of bad bullshit.
And it just goes to show that it doesn't matter where you come from, it's where you go. And because Erik has made a huge impact, he's reached so many people, he's provided expression, statement on clothing, and not just that, he's also physically there in the thick of it with the people. So I got to give you your flowers, pay my respects to you, man.
I appreciate it, man. And I hope to continue to see you being out there. I know you're going to be out there with me. If you're not in the protest scene, if you're not in LA, you can hit up publicstatementapparel.com or DM me at Public Statement Apparel on Instagram. Yeah, I'll get something to you, man, for sure. I ship all over the world.
All right, guys, go on and check out Public Statement Apparel. You can go on and support him. And by doing that, you are supporting the cause. You are standing for something right and helping others wake up by expressing yourself.
That's it.
As just on your clothing.
Let your voice be heard without having to say a word.
Okay.
That's how I go.
Anything? Any final message you want to tell the people?
Man, let's stay vigilant. Let's keep going. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. I promise you that. And yeah, man, stay vigilant and be safe. Be safe, man.
All right, guys, be safe. And I want to add, be positive too, because it's just fucked up.
Yeah, man. I'll see y'all in these streets.
Yeah. Woo!
There it is.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, thanks for coming on, PSA. Erik from Public Statement Apparel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, y'all.
There it is. That was easy.
Oh!
Easy. One take.
That was good.
One take, sir.